cat/proc/meminfo. What do all those numbers mean? In reading the man page on the free command in Linux, I found that is gets its info from /proc/meminfo. I understand a few of the entries, like memtotal and memfree. What do the rest mean?
I got the following from the CentOS documentation. Much of the information here is used by the free, top, and ps commands. In fact, the output of the free command is similar in appearance to the contents and structure of /proc/meminfo. But by looking directly at /proc/meminfo, more details are revealed. Memtotal, total amount of physical RAM, in kilobytes. Memfree, the amount of physical RAM, in kilobytes, left unused by the system. Buffers, the amount of physical RAM, in kilobytes, used for file buffers. Cached, the amount of physical RAM, in kilobytes, used as cache memory. Swap cached, the amount of swap, in kilobytes, used as cache memory. Active, the total amount of buffer or page cache memory, in kilobytes, that is in active use. This is memory that has been recently used and is usually not reclaimed for other purposes. Inactive, the total amount of buffer or page cache memory, in kilobytes, that are free and available. This is memory that has not been recently used and can be reclaimed for other purposes. High total and high free, the total and free amount of memory, in kilobytes, that is not directly mapped into kernel space. The high total value can vary based on the type of kernel used. Low total and low free, the total and free amount of memory, in kilobytes, that is directly mapped into kernel space. The low total value can vary based on the type of kernel used. Swap total, the total amount of swap available, in kilobytes. Swap free, the total amount of swap free, in kilobytes. Dirty, the total amount of memory, in kilobytes, waiting to be written back to the disk. Write back, the total amount of memory, in kilobytes, actively being written back to the disk. Mapped, the total amount of memory, in kilobytes, which have been used to map devices, files, or libraries using the map command. Slab, the total amount of memory, in kilobytes, used by the kernel to cache data structures for its own use. Committed _as, the total amount of memory, in kilobytes, estimated to complete the workload. This value represents the worst case scenario value, and also includes swap memory. Page tools, the total amount of memory, in kilobytes, dedicated to the lowest page table level. Malloc total, the total amount of memory, in kilobytes, of total allocated virtual address space. Mallocist, the total amount of memory, in kilobytes, of used virtual address space. Malloc chunk, the largest contiguous block of memory, in kilobytes, of available virtual address space. Huge pages _total, the total number of huge pages for the system. The number is derived by dividing huge page size by the megabyte set aside for huge pages specified in /proc/sys/vm/hugeable_pool. This statistic only appears on the x86, Itanium, and AM64 architectures. Huge pages _free, the total number of huge pages available for the system. This statistic only appears on the x86, Itanium, and AM64 architectures. Huge page size, the size for each huge page's unit in kilobytes. By default, the value is 4096 kilobits on uniprocessor kernels for 32-bit architectures. For SMP, huge mem kernels, and AM64, the default is 2048 kilobits. For Itanium architectures, the default is 262,144 kilobits. This statistic only appears on the x86, Itanium, and AM64 architectures. These articles give a great explanation of the information in /proc/meminfo. This URL.
An important note about the KB sizes. While the file shows kilobytes, KB, 1 kilobit equals 1000 B, it is actually kibibytes, kib, 1 kib equals 1024 B. This imprecision in /proc/meminfo is known, but is not corrected due to legacy concerns. Programs rely on /proc/meminfo to specify size with the KB string. Source: